Hey, what's good, everybody? This is Adnan, AD in the clutch, and talking about NBA free agency. I want to talk this time about one of my all-time favorite players, in Kyrie Irving, who just signed with the Dallas Mavericks on a 3-year, $126 million contract to stay put in Dallas. And you know, at first glance, I feel like the Mavs, in my opinion, got the better end of the deal than Kyrie because Kyrie was eligible to sign for a 5-year, up to $272 million contract, but given his his incidents, the past few seasons, especially with Brooklyn, with what's been going on, some reasons were personal with his family, which I totally understand. I'm not gonna fault him for anything like that, but other incidents were admittedly self-inflicted, which did cost him and hurt his reputation around the league, within league executives who are hesitant to give him a contract, a real long-term contract offer. That's why he tried to pull leverage by taking a meeting with the Suns, in my opinion, just so he can try to max out as much money as possible, to sort of make up for his past mistakes, so that he can say that I'm the guy, you need me, you know because the Mavs also had no choice, but to re-sign Kyrie, because it didn't make sense for them to trade who they traded, to get him only for a 3-month rental. Like, it doesn't make sense, they would have given up 2 players and draft picks, for nothing, so their hands were tied, but I feel like Dallas, given the situation, made the most out of it. And I do believe that Kyrie, if Kyrie, wants to, take this seriously, he wants to be all in on the game, which, I know he's an amazing player, nothing against him at all. Like I said, he's one of my all-time favorite players. I do believe this man right here can be, an all-time great, for years to come, that people will talk about him, in for generations to come, that he'll be up there talking about with Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Allen Iverson, all these other big name players, LeBron James. I feel like he can be a name that people remember for years to come, but he's kind of hurting himself a little bit, with his image, because he is a rookie of the year, he is an NBA champion, he is a multiple time All-Star, he arguably is the best skilled player of all time. And when he's out on the floor, he puts up amazing, unbelievable numbers, and he makes highlight plays after highlight plays after highlight plays, which wows at anybody. He averaged last season 27 points per game on 5 rebounds, 6 assists, shooting nearly 50% from the field, and nearly 38% from a 3-point range, which is a huge, these are effective and efficient numbers, but he needs to play more games. He played 60 games last season, which is okay, but especially if he wants to be eligible for MVP, these other awards, he needs to play at least 65 games minimum to be eligible, which I do believe Kyrie can be an MVP. He can take over the Mavericks, and if he just learns to focus on trying to be his best player, and hold himself accountable, if, because of course they're gonna lose games, of course Kyrie's gonna miss some shots, everybody misses some shots, Michael Jordan said it himself, from the Last Dance documentary, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, all the big name players, they've all missed shots, or messed up in late game situations. Kyrie needs to hold himself accountable and realize it's his mistake, and that he needs to support his teammates, which I believe he will learn, from his Boston and Brooklyn days, so that now the guys in Dallas will now rally around him, and then be we're all in on this guy. This guy, he's there for us. We know he knows his stuff, and we're gonna support him all the way. Because I do believe that Kyrie has the potential to, like I said, not only be an all-time great, but also be a leader for the next for his team and the next generation. I do believe that he just needs to just makes a little bit of adjustments, just how his approach is, because I also believe he's one of the most misunderstood, not just players but people, ever, which I understand, coming from personal experience, and I mean, the great ones, tend to be misunderstood. So I mean, it's all good, from here. But I do believe Kyrie can, he can do great things. He just needs, like, all he needs to do is just make tiny tweaks here and there. That's it. Just like with his mindset, with his approach to the game, and how he talks to his teammates. And I do believe the Mavericks can be a serious threat if they can assign, their real problems, which is defense. So I mean, yes, you got your two pair in Luka and Kyrie, who are amazing in themselves, and especially with the new CBA, they should be fine. Now they just need to get like a bunch of defensive players to make up for Luka and Kyrie's defensive problems, because they don't want, obviously, to be the Nets 2.0, where they score 150 points a game, but the other team scores 160 points and then they lose a lot of games. So like that's my one concern with Dallas, is just how are they going to do better on defense. And with that, I do believe they'll come back to relevancy, even despite the fact that they did tank, admittedly. Like Mark Cuban said himself, he did tank to try to get close to the #1 pick. But I do believe that now that it's a new season and they're going to be completely focused, I do believe the Mavericks should be a playoff team this year. Probably 6th seed around, to be honest with you, because I would never count out the Warriors. I can't count out both LA teams, and Denver, obviously the defending champions, and even Sacramento. Sacramento is a surprising team, but well coached by Mike Brown. So Dallas would be in that range with Sacramento, and Memphis. Memphis is also a threat, especially with Marcus Smart. But it's really tough out there in the West. So like I said, I think the Mavericks could be a 6th seed, or worst case scenario, possibly a play-in team, because there's no way they're gonna continually lose. They're too good, they're too talented of a team to have that. So I do believe it's a good signing, and I do believe that this will motivate Kyrie to want to get better and try to go for a max contract that he deservingly should get, like the 5-year, I don't know what it'll be by then, probably $300 million contract. I know he probably is going to aim for that, so and deservingly so. All he has to do is just make a tiny bit of tweaks to his intangibles, how he talks to his teammates, how he is as a leader, how he is mentally, like holding himself accountable, and just being there at the games, just doing what he needs to do. And I believe he'll get his max payday soon. So because he's still young, he still can keep playing for another, as long as he's healthy, for another 5 to 8 years, in my opinion. So this could be a great challenge for him. So thank you all so much. Please like and subscribe. God bless you all, and talk soon.